Yo, what if you could turn this cool retro-styled calculator into an internet-connected portal? You don't have to imagine it. With the PicoWare firmware, you can write your own MicroPython apps, turning this device into a pocket-sized powerhouse. I'm JBlanked, and in this video, we'll walk through step by step how to build an app that pulls live data from the web. Our project is simple but super fun. We'll fetch a random cat fact from an online API and display it right here on the screen. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have the keys to connect your PicoCalc to pretty much any web service you can think of. First up, let's talk about what you'll need. This part is critical. Your PicoCalc absolutely must have a Raspberry Pi Pico W or Pico 2W inside. These are the models with built-in Wi-Fi, which is what makes this whole internet thing possible. The standard Pico H that it ships with won't work for this project. Next, let's get to the on-device editor. From the main boot screen, hit enter to open the library view. Then simply scroll down and click editor. Now here, you'll be prompted to enter a file name. Type in picoware/apps/catfact.py and then we'll hit enter on the save button when we're done. Now, unlike simpler scripts, a PicoWare app is organized into functions that the system calls, like start, run, and stop. The good news is, PicoWare handles everything for us, from getting the PicoCalc online to initializing Wi-Fi connection. Our app just needs to verify that the connection is active before trying to fetch data from the web. Alright, with the setup understood, let's get into the code. Now, the first thing our app does is prepare to run. This happens in the start function. We'll begin by importing the tools we need and checking the Wi-Fi status. Within Start, we get the Wi-Fi manager from the PicoWare system. Then the if statement is a simple but crucial guard. If there's no Wi-Fi or it's not connected, the app will fail to start, preventing errors. This is much better than letting it crash later. Now for the fun part, actually grabbing data from the internet. PicoWare has its own built-in library for this, which really makes things very straightforward. We'll initialize PicoWare's HTTP helper and use it to make a GET request to the cat fact API, which is a free service that gives us random cat facts. The hero here is http.get, which sends our request to the API. The server's reply is stored in the response object. We also check if the response is valid. If not, we stop the app from loading. So it's pretty simple, clean, and safe. So the data we get back from the API is a simple string of text. To actually see it, we need to display it on the PicoCalc screen. For this, we'll use PicoWare's built-in text box widget. Now, the line textbox.setText, we pass in response.text, which takes the raw text from our API response and immediately displays it on the screen. Now you have a live cat fact from the internet right on your device. Alright, now let's set up our run function, which handles user input like exiting the app. Here we simply get the input manager and its button property has the last pressed button. So this code constantly checks if the back button is pressed. If it is, it tells the view manager to go back, effectively closing our app and returning to the PicoWare menu. Finally, the stop function is automatically called to clean up resources and free up memory. Alright, now with our app's logic complete, it's time to save and run it. Once you're finished in the editor, hit the back button twice, and then type in Y to save your progress. And then click enter. Now, before we open the app, we need to make sure we are connected to the internet. Scroll down and click Wi-Fi, and then go and click Settings. Now you need to type in your SSID and your password. Now the Pico W and Pico 2W cannot connect to 5 GHz Wi-Fi, so make sure you use a 2.4 GHz network. After that, go back and click back, and then scroll up and click connect. I am already connected, but if you're not, you can click up to disconnect, and you click right to connect, and it will attempt to connect to your saved credentials. After that, we can go back, and now we can go up to applications to find and execute our script. Now click on applications, scroll down and click cat fact, and here we are. This one says heat occurs several times a year and can last anywhere from 3 to 15 days. We can go back and click it again for a new fact, and cats often overreact to an unexpected stimuli because of their extremely sensitive nervous system. And there you have it. Your PicoCalc is now officially talking to the internet. You just wrote a PicoWare app from scratch that connects to a real-world API and pulls down live data. You can use this exact code as a template to connect to thousands of other APIs. You could fetch the weather, check on stock prices, or even get data from your own smart home devices. Well, if you enjoyed this video and it helped you learn something new, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more PicoCalc tutorials. I love to hear what you're planning to build first, so drop a comment below. I'm JBlanked. Thanks for watching. Peace!